Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining once again. You are truly patriotic. You're truly Pan-Africanist. Now, let me speak honestly about what 2026 looks like for Burkina Faso's president, the Captain Traoré. Even though in 2026 he faced some challenges, majorly because of the coup attempt that was foiled, I truly believe that this gentleman is going to catapult that country to another level, honestly, as far as development is concerned. Because for those who have been to Burkina Faso, they are saying that indeed Traore is doing some massive jobs. Now, when people talk about Traore, many discussions revolve around politics, alliances, or global power struggle, etc. But beyond all that noise, there is a very clear internal agenda that this gentleman is pushing, an agenda that is focused on survival, stability of Burkina Faso, and self-resilience. Now, you can also remember that some 2 months ago, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they formed a NATO-like alliance just to combat terrorism. So in relation to that, I think the year 2026 is going to be a very amazing year for Burkina Faso because Traore has prioritized some of the key development that is going to be taking place this year. The first and the foremost important priority remains security, according to him, because Traore has been very consistent on this point. He believes that without security, nothing else can work. Schools cannot function, hospitals cannot operate, farmers cannot access their land, businesses cannot prosper. So security is one of the major things that is going to be put into place. This is why restoring territorial control remains the foundation of everything else being done in 2026. Actually, you can also remember that Burkina Faso withdrew its membership from ECOWAS. The reason was they believed that ECOWAS was not doing enough to fight terrorism. That's why actually they formed an alliance of 3 countries just to combat this terrorism that is really causing havoc in the Sahel region. Now, closely to security, Traore is going also to prioritize agriculture and food production. Traore's government also treats food and strategic issues, not just as an economic one, because in 2026, the focus is on strengthening irrigation schemes, building water reservoirs, supporting livestock feeds, production, fish farming, etc. That is what Traore is going to do in relation to food production. So Burkina Faso as a country is not going to be hungry. More irrigation, more crop production, dairy farming is going to be boosted actually with the help of modern technology. Also, I think education is another pillar that is being focused on by President Traore because, as you can remember, Traore visited Russia some time back, and the main aim of the visit was to strengthen relationship between Russia and Burkina Faso in areas of education. So Russia gave an offer to Burkina Faso saying that Burkina Faso was eligible to send some of the students, more so those ones in STEM subjects, that is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, to go to Russia. They are being educated in Russia. They access better facilities, better professors. Now, when they graduate, they come back to Burkina Faso to contribute to Burkina Faso's economy. So, that being said, Traore is going to prioritize building of schools, building of hospitals, building of good roads, good infrastructure in relations to its development. Also, without forgetting healthcare as a priority. it's going to be given a serious attention because his administration is expanding teaching hospitals and modernizing health facilities across different regions. Now, if you just have a look at Burkina Faso geographically, it is a desert. It is a desert. So, having better healthcare facilities, it will be a plus to them because citizens will be able to access better healthcare facilities. When they are sick, they are attended to. Their children will be vaccinated, etc. So we also pray that this gentleman will not be overthrown. Because honestly, since 2022, when he overthrew the former president, that is Captain Bamida, the country was not doing well economically as compared to 2026, where Traoré has just reshaped and reinvented the whole economy as far as development is concerned. Now, remember I've said that infrastructure development continues to play a central role. More so the road networks, transportation, basic public works are being expanded to connect rural to urban areas. Infrastructures may not always attract headlines, but it determines whether development actually reaches ordinary people. So, Traore is basically trying to connect rural areas. So everyone who is located in the rural area is access to better roads, better transportation systems. The farm products are able to reach the market on time. Now, this one will indeed boost the economy of Burkina Faso. Now, in my projection, I think in the next 10 years, if Traore is going to be the president of Burkina Faso, then this country is going to be on a totally different level as far as development is concerned. Because actually, I was reading somewhere yesterday that they have this scheme whereby anyone who is willing to contribute to the coffers of the nation is welcome to contribute to the coffers of the nation in building the nation's infrastructure. And yesterday, too, the government also reshuffled the entire cabinet. So, posts were reduced, ministers were sacked, some were reshuffled. Basically, it was just to make sure that the parliamentaries and the cabinet secretaries were working hand in hand to make sure that people receive better services. If you look at their news, if you have a look at their news, you'll realize that they don't have specific ministers governing projects. You can get a road construction project being visited by the Minister of Health. That basically shows that these are people who are committed to see their nation going to another level. Yes, they are committed to see their nation going to another level. Now, even we have some ministries that have been renamed. A good example is the Ministry of Defense. So the Ministry of Defense has been renamed to be called the Ministry of Defense and War. What does that even signify? It signifies the crucialness of Traore in fighting terrorism. So the ministry is responsible for fighting terrorism and protecting the people of Burkina Faso. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening and thank you for watching this video. If it's your first time, kindly show me some love by subscribing and making Africa great again. Africa will be great. Africa must be great. If not, then we as a continent, we are done. See you next time.